Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing The Boys. This is Season 1, Episode 6, and it is titled The Innocents. Which that makes me very afraid for innocent people, but if there's one thing we've learned throughout this series so far is that these supes, especially Homelander, does not fucking care about innocent people. Especially with that whole thing that went on with the plane, and that still kind of haunts me a little bit. But the last one ended with a fight, and we kind of thought that this, the woman girl who was on the run and Frenchie was trying to help, like that she was dead, but she has healing abilities, kind of like Wolverine, something like that. So she survived, and we got a little bit of Black Noir, but we still don't know anything about that guy. So we're hoping to, dive more into. Like, who is he really? Because, he's pretty much the only one member of the seven that we haven't been spending a lot of time with. Is there anything you want to get into before we start this one? Nope. Fair enough. As always, you can check out our full-length reactions on Patreon. The link is down in the description below. Here we go. Not nearly as many warnings as the other episodes. So this is a mild one?
Oh, I get it.
Oh, it's propaganda. What the fuck? To be shot, Starlight.
Relating to people.
As a heavenly body lost her luster.
Oh,
2
yeah.
weeks after Starlight's
Of
shocking
course.
appearance at the Believe Expo.
What the fuck's gonna happen with her now?
Who's that dude that stuck his in her face? She should that in the hole.
Okay. Okay.
Everything that I said, that's what they focus on.
Rolling. My grandfather built this place with his bare hands.
shift.
He was an
Fuck.
amazing man. Oh, the old piano. Love you, Mom, Dad.
There's more to this story.
Fucking asshole. Amateur fuck.
What's with the blanket?
Just happened.
Yeah, what just happened?
No. Not if you're attached to that hand, no? I'm feeling she's trying to communicate. I mean, she's been doing this for... Maybe that means something, huh?
Yeah, maybe they're just fucking chickens.
Listen to Frenchie. He's very smart.
Who the fuck are you gonna get to replace me? I'd like to see what bitch that is.
Oh, she getting fired?
You okay? At least I don't have to kiss your ass anymore.
When were you ever? Good riddance.
It was actually a mutual decision. She wanted to explore different career paths, and we wished her well.
Bullshit.
And I think that firing an employee after she reported sexual assault on live TV might tank your stock price.
Oh.
Thank you so much for coming, Starlight. I have a lot to think about.
Yeah, you do. But between you and me, I think it was probably a drug overdose. You want to maybe
It was.
say a little something in her honor?
Did we even talk about that? Like the fact that he actually killed her? There's a lot going on in these episodes, guys.
Because you didn't just break all the bones in your right arm stopping that school bus, but you also went to every kid's physical therapy afterwards. You really stood for something. Now, pretty sure that was just written by the marketing guys.
People cunts or twats, but I never really got how that's an insult. They're flexible, take a pounding, and they're the reason behind like 98% of my likes.
What the heck?
They're flexible, can take a pounding. Oh my god.
So I'm kind of a writer.
Yeah, isn't that the guy?
I work in marketing. There's this one hero who shall remain nameless, but has ice powers. Anyway, we were, being intimate when she climaxed and accidentally turned into ice. But I was, still in there
Oh no.
at negative 346 degrees.
Oh my god.
Same temperature as liquid nitrogen.
Oh, it's gone.
As you can imagine,
Oh no. Fuck. Poor guy. No.
snapped off.
Oh.
Crazy thing is,
Ow.
Imagine what one would do if she found out you've been lying to her from the get-go.
Excuse me.
Oh, he's doing this. Okay, I see.
Something you'd like to share?
Where's your fucking rage? Your self-respect?
Just a bunch of scared fucking rabbits. Supes are all the same, every fucking one of them.
Get your anger, but
Sorry.
afraid you're wrong there. Or, well, you are.
It's just that damn ocean, man. They wouldn't let me.
This is not about the
Yeah,
dead
it's
dolphin.
not about the
This is
dolphin.
about Starlight.
Can't you just, handle it like you do?
This is the way we are handling things now.
You could also just stop being, a sexual offender.
Exactly.
I'm in full support of women. I now realize that I misread the moment.
Our new movie, Insurrection. It's really exciting. It's my first movie with
What the fuck?
Vought Cinematic Universe, the VCU.
Seth, what the hell? Oh, that's Mesmer.
There are no secrets from me.
It's a kid. And he looks... Oh, wait.
Yeah. He looks very...
And I've seen that actor before, definitely. Tara Reid. Is she a soup? Why is she...
Who the fuck are you? Why don't you take a peep and see?
Oh.
I just want to know you don't hate me.
Don't really know you.
Ow.
I can see her every month.
1 hour, supervised. You clean?
I can be.
Good.
What do you want me to read?
Alright, so that's how you get to him.
My wife, Becca, used to hum the Spice Girls. Drove me around the fucking bend, you know.
That's why he does.
All day long.
There's a lot about them, yeah.
Walking around the house humming. Homelander raped her. That was 8 years ago. Nobody's seen her since. Just remember who your friends and who your enemies are.
Doesn't have to be black and white, though.
That is going to kill somebody when it lands in Boston.
But who cares?
I heard what
Right?
happened.
We need to finish that tour. Please do it for me.
It was actually my mom who dragged me along to my first Little League practice. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details. Just like her.
Okay. Perfect. So great.
So we done?
Yes.
Right.
What's with the fucking blanket, though?
God damn, relax! Everyone relax!
Right at the Valkyrie.
Butcher!
Where are you?
Shake Shack.
Does it taste like lies? I got your phone linked to my Find Your Shithead Friends app. Now where the fuck are you? What the fuck were you thinking coming here no better than that?
Sometimes you get further with people by treating them like people.
Yeah.
Please don't break his other wrist.
Yeah.
There's a flag with a two-headed snake on it.
You're dating a terrorist.
Is this true?
Huh. Tell us more, though.
Yeah.
Homelander blanket. Is that like the blanket he was... Oh.
Aww.
Well, of course he was mistreated.
Those fuckers are creating supervillains.
Holy shit. Okay, this is a clusterfuck.
Yep.
Even for us.
No, we got more than enough to get the feds on board now. Fuck off, wanker.
I can give you everything you want on this list.
Except.
Homelander.
Except Homelander.
And that's what he really wants.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one thing he really wants.
You know what he's done.
Why? Did you tell her everything?
Yeah, I laid it all out. Even
That's not how it
Levine
went.
said she couldn't fucking authorize that kind of action against Vought.
Just, please, look after her. Thank you.
What is he?
Oh, I'm sorry, the elevator was out.
A-Train said that you have some information.
He said you were looking for a
No.
French
fuck,
guy?
No.
black guy, skinny white guy, British guy. I just want to be one of the good guys again.
You. Does he remember?
He just might.
It's my phone.
Why the hell did you do that, Mesmer?
What's it called?
Pink Sands. It's not the most creative name, but
Book that ticket.
She's serious.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about this?
for me, New York has been such an endless shit show. Except for you.
Dude.
Somehow, in the middle of it all, you found me.
Oh, that's the first time, right?
I think so.
Oh,
Something's gonna
I don't like this.
go wrong.
Huey.
Yeah.
You're that new girl in the 7, ain't you?
Guilty.
Wow. Translucent's always been my favorite. He's been gone a long time now, hasn't he? I do hope he's all right.
What are you doing, man?
You know what? I'm gonna go get us a picture.
It's not what it looks like. Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like you got your tongue halfway down the opposition's front.
She's not the opposition. She's a good person. Okay? I mean, she could help us.
Help us. And what do you think she's gonna do when she finds out you murdered Translucent?
She's not gonna say anything to them.
When she finds out.
Give him a best.
Where'd your friend go?
Billy! For fuck's sake, you're kind of becoming a cunt, and not in the good way. Okay, so, yeah. This could really get out of hand.
Yeah.
And it really seems like we're really building up to something, because there's 2 episodes left of the season.
Yeah, but there's still so much going on.
There's so much going on, but it's just building and building and building, and it's gonna come to a head very soon. Like, Homelander is on their, like, hot on their trail now,
Yeah.
pretty much, because of this Mesmer guy.
I think I know where he's from.
Yeah?
2.5 Men. It's a kid actor.
No,
No?
it's not him. No. I'm sure it's not him. But I have seen him before. Yeah, we just had to look him up, which we just did, and it's his name is Haley Joel Osment, and we've seen him before as a kid, like a kid actor in movies like The Sixth Sense and
Paid
AI,
Forward.
and Paid Forward. So it's quite fitting that he was a child actor in this world as well. So that might be a little meta commentary there that they're using him for that role, which that's why we recognized him. Yeah. Man, oh man, this, as I said, this whole thing is getting ready to explode, just between the crew or the boys and now, what was her name? Kimiko, yeah, or Kim for short. But yeah, we learned her name, and she's not really a part of the group, but they are protecting her at least.
Yeah, and actually, Frenchie gave her a choice.
Yes.
That he said, "We can go now.
Mhm.
I'll go with you now, or you can stay and help us." And she just took his hand and went back in the.
Yeah. She's content at the moment, and just his dedication to her and what she has been through, and him wanting to help her. It's amazing. It's really admirable, and that character is just becoming more and more dear to us. So we really hope nothing happens to Frenchie, but I'm afraid for him. Like I'm afraid for pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
In the crew, but Billy is in this episode it's definitely the episode where I have liked him the least.
Yeah, I think he's actually starting to turn my fondness of him into something that is. He feels a bit like this extremist almost. He's on the exact opposite end of the spectrum than, for example, Homelander. That he's so bitter and he's so focused on bringing these people down that he wants to go the vigilante way about it.
Yes.
And I think it's very hard for me to accept that he's like that. He's like he's only dealing in absolutes. And it
Only
makes
a Sith deals in absolutes.
Yeah, and he's not really a Sith.
No, but yeah, and you can see where he's coming from, and we learned in this episode what actually happened to his wife, or like in broad strokes that she got fucking raped by Homelander, which and then
got killed
or committed suicide.
Yeah.
But as he said, that doesn't change the outcome. That she's gone. She's been gone for 8 years, and he has not been able to let that go at all, and it has just harden his very black and white resolve and world image that, supes are just bad, outright bad, that you can put them all in one box. They're all horrible people, and that's just the way it fucking is. He has absolutely no sympathy for anyone with superpowers, no matter what. And that kind of, that could really fuck up some shit for the characters that we do like and we've been following for a little while now, especially Huey and Starlight, which he alluded to at the end there, that it's not a question of if she finds out, it's a question of when she finds out. So what the fuck did he do? Or did he just tell Huey that to pressure Huey into telling her himself?
Yeah, and see what happens.
Because I'm sure the reaction, no matter what, she's gonna get real fucking angry at him. And that's understandable too.
Yeah, definitely.
He has been lying to her. But it's
and how do you break it down? Like, I love you, but I'm out to get all of you.
Yeah,
so
I love you, but I've been spying on you, and pretty much the only reason I started spending time with you was because I was supposed to spy on you and the Seven. But it's like we've seen this scenario in a lot of other movies and series and stuff where it's a character going undercover and figuring out that supposedly the bad guys are not, or one of them is not as bad as they thought from the beginning, and then they start to just trust each other because they now know. And it's that's gonna get worse before it gets any better.
But they kissed.
But I
think that was the first time we saw that.
It's definitely the first time we've seen it. I don't know if it's the first, like their first actual kiss. I think it was.
Yeah.
But she's like really taking a liking to him.
Yeah,
like,
and
really,
definitely also the other way around.
Yeah, sure. It's just that what she was saying, like he was pretty much the only good thing in her life, like at the moment, like that has happened to her, the only good thing that has come out of this, and she was like, can't believe you found me in the middle of all of this. And
and it's just it just breaks my heart that she's probably gonna think the first thing she's gonna think of when she's hearing that all the
stuff Huey's been doing
exactly
and the boys
that
and,
she might just feel like the last good thing she had was not good.
Yes, and she's gonna feel like no one's on her side, because right now her job is, we know what's going on there and what she's fighting in that arena, and then and her mom, of course, as well, and we got her standing up to her mom in the last episode as well, with her on the stage, and that's what kind of springboarded into all of this. But if she feels like Huey has just been using her as well, then there's pretty much no one left in her life that she can trust. It seems like, and that will undoubtedly do something to her, and that will do something to anyone that if they are in a position where they feel really backed up in a corner and they can trust no one, they have no one to confide in or anything. She's I'm afraid for what she's gonna do if that's.
We also had this with Queen Maeve and Starlight. They were butting heads. And she kind of showed her off a little bit. Starlight was kind of shutting her down.
Yeah, she gave her like a verbal.
And definitely it was. I think it was very nicely done. Because it felt like Maeve was being a little bit too judgmental about stuff. And I really think that she had, she deserved to hear that, and it was a bit of a reality check for her maybe. But it also led me to believe that maybe Starlight might go in the same direction, like just with teeny tiny steps she would move towards like the apathetic person that Queen Maeve is and
has become.
We don't know if she's always been that.
It certainly seems like she hasn't always the story that Starlight was talking about and telling Maeve about when she was reading her, what was it, like an autobiography or something, about her and the thing that she did with very early on, being a good person. Starlight was, of course, then questioning whether or not that was written. But then we have this other, I don't remember her name, but Maeve's ex. It certainly seems like the way that she keeps talking to Maeve, that you used to be different. I don't know you anymore. Or she still claims that she does know her, but yeah, there's definitely something more to it. But I think you're right with the way that Maeve has been going through stuff all of these years, and she's becoming more and more apathetic. That's also why she reacted the way she did towards Starlight, because she's just been used to people just thinking about how's this gonna look in the media, and how's this all about the image and making money and all that shit. So it's understandable that she maybe distrusts that anything that Starlight is doing is genuine, because she hasn't really been dealing with genuine people for a long fucking time.
Everything is produced in the Vought company, even their goddamn backstories.
It's all fucking propaganda,
And we saw a lot of that backstory propaganda throughout the whole. I think it's almost like the most the whole theme actually of the whole episode was just this whole backstory thing, because we also got Mesmer to tell us about backstories about almost everyone,
and we got Billy's backstory as well. So I think you're hitting the nail on the head there, that the theme of this episode is definitely backstories, the past, what made us into what set us on the path that we are on now. Even though, well, we learned more about Homelander, but we don't know everything yet. But I was certainly, when at first we were following him into the house and he was walking around talking about his parents and his childhood, I was definitely of the mind that this is all bullshit. Where's the real story? And the only real thing was the blanket. And that's what made him freak the fuck out.
Because there was something real in the midst of all of his fake produced.
Yeah, backstory bullshit. So I am expecting for them to show us some more, of course, from his past, and maybe that will make him into more of a sympathetic character in a way, or you know, it'll make us understand, or it'll show us that, of course, he's not like if he was just a kid who was kidnapped or something and then experimented on and experimented on and experimented on, and that made him the way he is. That'll, you know, it'll bring a certain aspect of, okay, he is sort of a victim, but it still turned him into the absolute fucking psycho that he is now.
Yeah.
So yeah, the person he is now, probably not any sympathy left in him, but at least if we get that part of the backstory, and if that is what happened, then
yeah, because we definitely got a little bit more backstory about the whole Compound V thing. It feels like every soup is made in a tube. Tube soup.
Tube soup. Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah.
But we also got to learn that Homelander is an anomaly. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Anomaly.
An anomaly is hard to say.
Yeah.
So my question is, was he like the patient zero that they started out on testing on, or was he actually the person from where they might have gotten this whole idea about Compound V, or is he like an actual like a Superman kind of thing? Is he actually like a born into powers, and then they have used him as a sort of positive control? If you don't know what that is, it's in science we have positive controls and negative controls. So you would have like a control that is not showing any powers, and then you have a positive control that shows powers. So you can see if you make like some sort of compound that if it looks like the negative control, you can say okay, it doesn't work, and then you have the positive and you can say it does work.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. But I'm also subscribing to the theory that he is patient zero in some sort of way, even if that means that they tested it on him first, or if they actually got the serum or what then made the Compound V from him, and if he actually has, or he was born with these powers, or if he are they gonna go the Superman route, like for reals, and then he's gonna turn out that he is
extraterrestrial.
In fact, extraterrestrial. He's an alien, and yeah, very fitting that I'm wearing this now. Actually, talking about this, but yeah, that could also be because we don't know. We haven't gone further back than him sitting in a lab with that blanket so far, so we don't know if he was actually born on Earth or. Yeah, so
born into powers or not, if it was experimented on. In that regard. But yeah, also we got the information that perhaps they're making, or it's a theory that the boys are making, that perhaps they're actually making super villains.
Yes.
They're taking terrorists and then they're just pumping them out with Compound V, and then they're just letting them wreak havoc somewhere, and then they can send in the soup. And we know it would perfectly fit in with everything else, because it almost feels like it is produced, once again. It is basically just like one big reality show where you produce everything, basically.
Yeah, and they're controlling, and if they can start controlling not only just everything about their superheroes and their who they are and their backstories and what kind of missions they can go on, if they can also control who they're fighting more in that way and get them in the military, because we know that's been a big deal. They want to get them in the military. So this is if you just look at it strategy wise, it's a very viable strategy to say, okay, we're gonna force them to consider putting supes in the military by creating stronger villains or a stronger opposition for the military, so that they are forced to call in the supes.
This is some Orwellian shit. I'm telling you, it's like it's almost like an George Orwell novel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is like this is a bit creepy, but yeah. Well, I'm just curious with getting all these tiny details throughout the whole episode, and it's like there's all these strings and threads and everything, and I'm so curious as whether we only have like 2 episodes left.
Yeah, we do.
Are we going to have everything answered? Are we going to? Is it going to be another one question answered, 100 more questions to come? Or I don't know. There's so many things going on.
There's a lot going on. It can be challenging to keep it all straight, like all the threads that you're talking about. But I am expecting for this season to hopefully end in some sort of like with a nice cap off in a way, but still open, like having the possibility, the door open for a lot more to come in the next season and the next and the next. Or maybe it could just end with a straight up fucking cliffhanger, and then we're like, fuck, we're gonna have to wait. Not as long as all you guys out there, because we didn't watch this when it first aired, so we're closer to season 2 at least. But yes, that's so interesting. I think we covered pretty much.
Yeah, the only thing I have left is I just want to make a huge shout out to oh no, what's it called? The guy who plays Homelander.
Anthony Starr.
Anthony Starr, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think he's, especially in this one, he was amazing because the whole thing with the shift.
Yeah. And they did that multiple times, like real close up on his face and everything, and you can just see the shift in the eyes and the whole,
And it's almost comedic the way it's done. Is even though it's of course it's very I think it's very dramatical. But I think it's
scary.
It's so, as we've talked about before, it's so overwhelming, or it's so surreal almost, because it's so fucked up. It's absurd. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's so absurd that it's funny. And I think we're still, even though we're getting more sucked into this whole very dramatic plot about everything, it still keeps this whole it's so absurd that it's fucking funny thing.
Yes. And that is, I think we've talked about before, that's something that we really enjoy, because that's a trademark of a lot of the Danish movies that we love a lot. Where
Danish comedy.
Yeah, where it's only a comedy because it's what's going on is so fucking absurd that you can't help but just laugh at the situation, because whoa, this is so fucked up. And that's it can be a little disturbing to watch, and some people might find it disturbing that other people can find this stuff funny. I've definitely watched some of these kinds of movies with people who did not find them funny at all. Like I've watched, I know this is a different kind of example, but like I think Tarantino kind of does it as well, with things getting so out of hand and being so absurd that you can't just help but laugh at the situations. Or a movie like Inglourious Bastards, I think it's fucking hilarious, but I've watched it with people who are like, there was nothing fucking funny about that movie at all. Like people are dying and like being real serious about it. So it's not for everyone, but we at least really enjoy this type of humor.
This is even more absurd than Tarantino, but you know.
Yeah. Tarantino might be more absurd in his stylistic choices some of the time, especially with the blood splatter and all of that. But yeah, that's what we like. So, do you have anything else?
That's what we like.
No, that's the sort of movies and humor that we enjoy. That it gets a little absurd. But that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of The Boys Season 1, Episode 6. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.